Hey there everyone. As you can see behind me, it's not summer anymore. However, during the summer I was quite busy, did a lot of different projects, have a lot of videos, but I'm just now starting to edit them. Now that I've got a little bit of time to edit, we're going back in the summer to some of my projects that I've completed. As you can see behind me, I have my skid steer. It's a Caterpillar 242D that we'll be working on today and finishing up a couple of things that I started. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, maybe learn something. Let me know if you have any questions. I may be able to answer them, and I'll tell you if I can't. Thanks for watching. Okay, well, see if we can't get this cleaned up, sealed, drained, and filmed. Pretty tight quarters. I'm gonna remove the cover and give me a little more room maybe. So I just removed the fan belt cover, which gave me a little tiny bit more room. Alright, so I've got an interesting reflection off my sunglasses. But I've got an auxiliary fuel pump that I'm going to use to drain my tank. I'm just looking at the factory fuel pump, which is back behind here. That's also a filter I need to change. So I'm going to take off the hose, the fuel line, and jerry rig everything together so I can drain it. And also I'll have to change the filters. So we'll get all those supplies out and go from there. Quick setup for draining the fuel tank. I've got a cheap auxiliary fuel pump, attached some wires to it, and alligator clamps to go directly to the brand new battery. And I'll get a bucket so I can drain it into something. And away we go. That. Let's see if this will fit on here. Oh, look at that. Fits nicely. And the fuel lines and drop it in the bucket. And out comes water. And it's working. Working quite nice. See, I spilled some. It really looks like water. That's clear, like water. Evidently, I don't have any beautiful fuel in there. Or very little. So we'll let her run. I'll check to make sure this doesn't get too hot. This is going to be running for a while, I think. Meanwhile, let's tackle the top of the tank. Spraying the Simple Green on the rag so I don't get more stuff in the fuel tank. We've got some fuel resistant RTV sealant to seal this up. And once it's sealed and the tank's drained, we'll refill it and away we go. That is the pre-filter. That's filters right before the tank, and it goes into the pump on the machine, and then it pumps into the main filter, which is this. I'm going to loosen the pre-filter, get that changed out, along with this filter element. And it's not easy to work and get the camera angle in there. So, we'll do the best. So this feels like a really loose 15/16. Let's try 7/8. Bingo. Alright, 7/8. Oh crap. Well, that may not have been the part that we wanted to take apart. Matter of fact, now that I look at it, no. That could be bad. I can feel a little plastic nut on this filter. We'll screw that back together. Hopefully I didn't screw it up. Alright, take two. Let's see if we can screw this one up. We'll put the new pre-filter on, and just to give you an idea, this is how a good new one should look. Nice and clear, doesn't have any cloudy crud in it. And they also have an O-ring down on the bottom of the flange, or whatever you want to call it. I guess while we're waiting, I'll move the camera over and I'll show you changing out the outer and inner air elements, also known as air filters, on this machine. They're real easy to get to. I'll put the tripod up a little bit more so you can have a better angle. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna take them out right now. So you got three little spring clip tabs, and you pull the filter off. The cover. This is your outer filter. That should just pull right out. And it's pretty dirty. Not awful, but time to change it. And then the inner filter, you want to inspect that, and just to make sure. So look, this one probably I could get away with not changing it, but since I got them both, I'm going to change them out. I might keep this as a backup just in case filter, but you can see the only dirty spots are my fingerprints. Everything else is nice and clean. So that outer filter's been doing its job. All right, brand spanking new filter. Hey, look at that. It looks exactly like the other one that I just pulled out. I'm very pleased to see that. It means it hasn't been too many hours since the outer filter was changed. These are parts direct from Caterpillar that are cross-referenced to the serial number of the machine, so it's pretty much a guarantee that they'll fit. You can get aftermarket stuff from maybe Napa or someplace else, but for some of this stuff, I'll just buy filters from Cat because it's just that much easier. Good and firm seat. This outer lid has a little bit of crud in it. All right, got that cleaned out. Back together she goes. All right, air filters are changed. I think the fuel might be almost empty. Finally. About 11 or 12 gallons. I don't remember having that much diesel in it when I shut it down. So I'm going to guess and say probably at least 3 gallons of water actually was in the tank. I'll be able to figure that out with some gallon jugs. I might do that for another video just for kicks. Pour out all of the fuel into clear gallon jugs and let it sit and see how much water's in it. Okay, I'm going to call that empty. And now I can disconnect the makeshift fuel pump setup and reconnect the fuel line to the pre-filter. I'm just going to wedge this oil pan in and drain into that, I think. Yep, there we go. That'll catch it. Okay, so the filter from Caterpillar not only comes with the filter, but it comes with O-rings and washer. Yep, there's the washer in there. I've still got to clean this out nicely. Okay, we've got the drain plug completely cleaned and a brand new washer. That's ready to go back in. Okay, it's time to install the battery. If I remember right, battery lugs are 1/2 inch. Yes, they are. Let's see if I can get this heavy beast in without moving the camera too much. Part you got to be careful of with your wrenches so you don't ground it. You could connect the hot first and then do ground, but since the battery is such a pain in the butt to get to, I did it backwards. Okay, it's tight. I also have a fresh can of fuel to put in, and then we'll turn the key and see what happens. Alright, 5 gallons of fresh fuel. I'm only going with that until I can cycle this. Make sure most of the water is out. Not all the water got out of the tank, I'm pretty sure of, but the vast majority of it is. So I might have to monkey around with that, but I am not taking the tank out to clean it. So I'll get you pointed over towards the fuel system, and you can watch it. It's a self-priming pump system, so you don't have to bleed it off or anything. You just turn the key on and let it. All right, that looks good. I'll fire it up. All right, I'm going to button it up and call that repair good.